I think it's about clarity. I think, and about not making any mistakes on the CV. The CV is the moment, your particular moment to communicate to the studio, you as a character and a personality. And I think that you need to be very careful with how you set that out, and in terms of the graphics, the information you put on it, but just make sure there's no silly spelling mistakes or anything, because that little mistake can start to, we might begin to question your rigour, and I think that's what you don't want to do, so that's what I would say. I think it's really about judicious editing. Sometimes we get incredibly large CVs of all sorts of different types, and I think it's about editing your own work down to the singular images or diagrams or sketches that communicate your skills as clearly as possible, and be self-critical on the information. It's not about just throwing everything in, it's about editing it all down and making as big an impact as you can, because obviously we do receive a lot of CVs, and I think something that's really precisely edited down, graphically, beautifully presented and kind of rigorous, I think would stand out. I think we're fairly relaxed. I mean, people are using digital more and more, which makes a lot of sense. It's cheaper for the candidates to print out, not need to print out. You can have other mediums there, animations and things to move around and improve the conversation about the candidate's skills and the work that they've done. So personally, I think digital is quite good. It also allows us to share with other members of the studio. We have a kind of a recruitment kind of board that reviews. It's not just one or two people, it's more of a collective, so it also enables it a bit simpler for us to share that and to discuss candidates' merits by a digital form rather than paper. I think it's about showing a kind of passion for design and a real enthusiasm to what they may be doing, and also an enthusiasm about the studio's work. If you're applying to join us, then I would expect and hope that you know a lot of what we do, and you'll be curious to find out more, and that's the point of the interview in a way. And I think the clarity of communication, to be able to articulate design ideas really clearly and succinctly is highly prized. I'd expect them to be very curious about how we work, how our design process works in the studio, how the teams might be organised, how crits are formed, what is a typical day like, those kind of questions. A real curiosity to imagine them in the studio. What would they be doing? It's very, very simple things like that. I would expect them to be curious about if they were serious about joining the studio. I would probably, as a reminder to myself, that as a designer, you're never finished. It's always constant improvement, constant experiences, constant learning, and just to never forget that. Inventive, surprising, and rigorous. Open, honest, and collegiate.